What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Action Sunday. This week, I'm going to get back to doing requests. This one wasn't requested by anyone, but was rather recommended to me. It was one of those IMDb user lists, and of course, I was going through it, and I'm like, okay, here's some gems from Schwarzenegger. Then I saw this one, Avenging Angelo, starring Sylvester Stallone. Now, I'm going to admit this right now. Going into this, I never even heard about it, but I wanted to give it the fair justice it deserved, because everyone says this is a crime comedy that has Stallone in it, and of course everyone says it's kind of like the whole 9 yards, but it's not. But I'm like, okay, interesting take. So how bad can it be? Well, it's not bad, but it's rather entertaining. So now I'm gonna admit this right now. Yes, anything now. I know what you're thinking. This doesn't really fit action. Well, here's the thing. Like I said, if it's like anything mafia or gangster related, which of course gangster activity does include violent hits and all this other crazy shit, and of course, think about that. That technically constitutes as an action genre. So like I explained with the Goodfellas, since there was a heist, there was kills, there was all this crazy mafia activity, that constitutes as action. So this technically fills that genre. So yes, obviously it focuses more on the mafia and the comedy stuff, but there is an underlying story. So for those of you that are not familiar with this movie, let me give you the plot in the simplest detail I can get. Stallone plays a bodyguard named Frank to this guy named Angelo Alighieri, who was a mafia boss, played by the late Anthony Quinn, who, believe it or not, this was his last movie role. They actually dedicated this movie to Anthony Quinn in the closing credits, because and you could tell in this movie, like, he was not really well. Like, his health was declining. I have no idea if it was the phony accent he was putting on, like he could barely talk. But I don't know, maybe it was a bit of both. But yeah, you could tell he was not looking good in this movie. But anyway, so he's the bodyguard to him after he gets killed by a hitman played by Officer Mike Biggs. Yes, Billy Gardell is in this. Angelo's wish was that he has to protect his daughter. That apparently his daughter did not know that she's the daughter of this mafia boss that died. So it goes off on a crazy tale there, where essentially Stallone's just trying to be a bodyguard, trying to protect her, look after her, make sure she doesn't get into any crazy mischief. But of course, her whole character backstory is even crazier. So I hope you guys are following me now. So while she's dealing with that, she also has a lot going on. Apparently she's married to this pompous British asshole who apparently has an affair behind her back, and she just finds out about it. And that whole thing is just ridiculous. That scene I'm going to get to made me laugh so hard. And they also have a child who's off at camp, and she actually talks to him every night. So, just see how he's doing. So, yeah, I know what you're thinking. Wow, this does feel like something that you would expect in a movie like The Whole 9 Yards or The Whole 10 Yards. But yeah, the only difference here is that instead of being set in Canada, it's set in New York and all that good stuff. You got hitmen, you got some funny ass shit going on with Madeline Stowe's character of Jennifer. It's all fun and good. Then there's unexpected kinks to the story that kind of transform from the crime caper into more of like a rom comedy a little bit, because she starts to fall for Stallone, or I think it's the other way around. I don't want to give much away, but it gets really good. And eventually, the ultimate thing, they want to take out the rival mafia boss, and the whole thing was ridiculous in itself. I was laughing from ear to ear. Not to mention, I was like, what the fuck, man? This stuff that cannot really happen. But Stallone really does get some good moments in, and he takes out assassins. He puts Billy Gardell in his place. I mean, the most anticlimactic thing. That's my only gripe against this movie, is like, you expect a big, high profile fight between Stallone and Billy Gardell's characters, but no, it's like, comes in, it's like a bit of a reenactment of a silent kill. They just shoots him. He just keels over off camera. I'm like, wow, that's anticlimactic. But everything else about this movie makes you just laugh and smile. As for action, like again, you feel the crime caper stuff there. And then the ultimate plot comes in later, which is them trying to take out the rival mafia boss. And that one, like I said, gets so ridiculously crazy. But my favorite scene out of this entire thing happens to her. So as I mentioned earlier, is that she's married to this pompous British asshole. Apparently has an affair with her closest friend, played by Cheryl Hines. Yes, she's in this movie too. Another face I did not expect. And so she walks into her house, and they're going hardcore in their indoor pool. And not only that, they're making a sex tape doing it. I'm like, wow, this guy is doing all sorts of illegal things. Now is he having an affair right by his wife, so it makes him a much bigger asshole. He's also having sex with someone, which is also illegal, and they're filming it, which is also fucking illegal. So wow, what that whole scene is funny. She walks in the house, she has a gun. Her husband's like, how the fuck did she get the gun? Sorry, that was my terrible British accent. Oh my god, she just completely walks in. She actually misfires. They're screaming. There's so much funny shit that happens. Oh my god. Then it gets even more ridiculous. Later on with this, it's like he tries to come back to win her heart, and and of course he's trying to tell her this is not the only time it's Stallone firing off bullets, and he's like, you're lying. He starts naming off names, and he goes, yeah, okay, I did, and she was like, get the fuck out of my house. I was like, wow, just what a way to put this British guy in his place, her ex-husband. But of course, nothing ever gets paid off. It's like, do they ever get divorced? Well, it's alluded to in the final act. But again, I don't want to get to the nice sappy ending. I don't want to reveal that. But again, the last half I think comes together well. But again, if there's anything that comes to comedy moments, it's peppered throughout. But more of what Mal and Stowe's stuff. Stallone, his comedic timing is good, but it comes in spurts. But I feel like it's kind of forced, in my opinion. I feel like some of the comedy in this movie is a little forced, but everything else just feels like your typical crime caper that you would probably see in I don't know, like Goodfellas or The Departed. But again, future review on the horizon for The Departed. But yeah, if you just want to see Stallone in a different environment, playing like a mafia hitman and just trying to flex his comedic muscles, I think it kind of works, but with a certain degree. But overall, if you're expected to be like the whole 9 yards, it's nothing like that. That one was good. All right, this I would say is like a step down. That, in my opinion. And that's why I'm going to give Avenging Angelo maybe a 6, okay? I want to rate it a little higher, but I think this is fine for what it is. It's an above average action crime comedy thing but again, it's not going to hold a candle to our ones of this kind of genre, right? So that does for this week. Let me know what you think. If you want to give us a watch, it's available on Freevee. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting content.